What's up? What's up? It's your girl Angie Fox in the house, coming before you today with another great episode of We Are One. That's right. Call your neighbors, your friends, and everybody you know. Come on in and have a seat because y'all know how I do. I always show off when I got somebody rolling with me. And it's an honor today for me to introduce my special guest. She is our sister queen of the month. She's a wonderful, powerful sister, beautiful sister, and y'all are going to hear more from her. But let me introduce you now to the one and only Lequndal Brown of Sumter, South Carolina. What's up? How are you, my dear?
How are you, Miss Angie? Thank you
Just
so much for having me.
thank you for being here. Thank you for accepting the invite. You are the Sister Queen of the Month for March 2024. We are one the movement. So it is an honor to have you in the house and with me today. And let's talk a little bit.
All
Uh,
right.
you ready to talk a little bit?
I am.
Let's talk. First of all, tell us who is Lequandal Brown?
Well, I am originally from Sumter, South Carolina, born and raised. Been here all my life, never lived anywhere else. Um, I'm a dreamer.
All
I'm
right.
a dreamer. Um, I I'm 46 years old, and I just realized what my purpose was a couple of years ago.
Okay. And
Yeah.
let's talk about it. Let's get right in it because that's big.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing what your purpose is,
Yeah.
that's life. That's what it's all about. That's what living is about. So how did you find your purpose and what is your purpose?
Well, how I found my purpose is just being around like-minded women and getting older. You know how the old people say live a little longer?
Live a
So
little long.
live a little longer and you get around different people. And I always worked in customer service. And then I found my tribe. I found my sister friends.
Okay.
And being around them, sometimes you ask God, what is your purpose? Why are you here? I always asked that when I was young. And as I got older, I realized that I wanted to be someone that I needed when I was young.
That's
So
deep.
yeah, when I was young, I wanted to be that person because I'm the eldest of my siblings, and I was like a mother figure. So I
Okay.
always was the caregiver or the babysitter, or you know. So I wanted, I always wanted someone that I could really talk to or confide in.
Okay.
And so my thing is, I've seen a lot of ugly in my life. I've been through a lot of ugly, and my purpose is to make things beautiful.
So
And
out
I
of
want,
all ugliness, birth
yeah,
your purpose. Because
right.
you were nominated by someone to be the Sister Queen of the Month because you're strong, you're motivational, encouraging, you are a go-getter, you're confident, you're a helper, and you're doing your thing. You're already out there helping and building and empowering other women. That's the criteria for being Sister Queen of the Month. So someone nominated you because they see those qualities in you. And now I understand why. So you took all the pain, all the ugly that you have experienced in life, and you parlayed that into developing beauty in the lives of others. Because you
That's correct.
said you became the one that you needed in your younger years. And that,
Mm-hmm.
so I just want to say thank you, my beautiful sister queen, for being that for others. So let us talk a little bit. What is it that you do? What do you do?
I am a hairstylist. I'm a licensed
Okay.
hairstylist, and I own a salon called Brown Girl Beauty Bar here in Sumter, South Carolina.
Okay.
I'm licensed for almost 12 years, and I had my own salon gifted by my husband uh, for birthday gifts about 6 years ago.
All right now.
Yeah, so I have three. I have two other stylists that works with me in the salon, and I specialize. Well, they put that specialize on me, but I deal with that. I am a natural hair care stylist.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, And I say they put that on me because I get a lot of referrals and people are like, go see Quan. She'll get your hair growing. She got
You're
growing
the
hair.
specialist. You have natural hair
That's pressure.
taken care of. You're the specialist. And that says a lot because not every stylist can take care of natural hair. So again, thank you for that. For those sisters that are natural, they have someone that they can go to that will make them beautiful. I might have to pull off this wig and holler at you myself. Anyhow, that's just a joke. Don't y'all be looking at my wig talking about take off your wig. I am not taking off my wig. Anyhow, I want to turn the tables a little bit. Instead of talking about you, you mentioned very briefly that your beauty salon was gifted to you by your husband as a birthday gift. Mm-hmm. Now, I myself have a husband. My little husband is a good man. He takes good care of me, and he's a great provider and supporter. But I know that in this time that we're living in now, especially now, many of our women, young and old alike, are dead set on the idea that there are no good men out there, or men don't do anything for them, or they have to take care of the man, and all this other stuff that, in my opinion, goes against the grain. So when I hear you say something like, my beauty salon was gifted to me by my husband, what that yelled out to me was a man who supported your dream, heard his wife, knows her heart, recognized her dream, and did what he had to do to make it a reality. So talk to me about your husband, because there are a whole lot of women that don't have that kind of support. So I want to talk about that, because I want women who hear this broadcast to know that there are good men out there and that you deserve to have one. So talk to us about your husband.
Well, my husband and I, my husband's name is Tony. He's originally from South Carolina, but he went to school mostly in Maryland. And I met him through a mutual friend of my mother's. His mother and my mother had a mutual friend. And the summer I graduated from high school, she came to the house and she was like, Quan, I got somebody for you to meet. And I was like, okay. 2 or 3 weeks went by and she was like, get dressed. I got somebody for you to meet. And I was like, we said that weeks ago. So I got dressed. And then we went to her mother's house and he was there and he came out. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't interested. You know how you have a vision of
we have our own
want?
preference or what we think the package should look like. Yeah,
that is correct. And he was not that. But he was so nice, and he smelled so good. I didn't like his shoes, but he smelled really good. So that's what made me.
That's a plus. Ladies, look for a man when you get close to him. Make sure he smells good.
Yeah, he smelled really, really nice. And he always, what I love about Tony, he always, from the beginning, he always cared about what I wanted.
Wow.
And I never had that. I never seen that in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
My daughter's out of town and she called. I never had seen that in my parents' marriage or my grandparents' marriage. I never seen that before. And we've been together almost 30 years.
From the time you graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
So though you say you've never seen that kind of care, putting you first in your family, you knew that was what you wanted? Or you
at the time, I knew I wanted something different.
Okay.
But I knew I wanted more. At the time, I was going through, dysfunction in my home. So I really didn't know myself or what I really wanted for myself. But I pushed him. I pushed him away, but he would not leave.
That's wonderful.
He would not let up. And And even when we got together, when we got married, I still didn't know myself. And I would ask him, Miss Angie, why do you love me?
You know what you said just now? Stop for a minute. You said, I still didn't know myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some women listening to this broadcast that would say they want something in a man, or they want a man, or they want a man to be ABC and XYZ, but not recognize that they don't even know themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Know when that man comes into their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying even when you got married, you still didn't know yourself. But
Mm-hmm.
by this time, I'm going to put words in your mouth. I'm thinking you're saying, but you knew he was, or had demonstrated what you needed
Mm-hmm.
in a life's partner.
Right.
So what would you say to a woman that says to you, I don't know myself, but she has a desire to want to be married and have someone that she can go through life with that will show her that kind of support?
First of all, I would say in this point of time, in this season, is to give yourself some grace.
Okay.
Give yourself some grace. Find out what makes you happy. And love on yourself a little bit more every day. Find
Okay.
something that you love in yourself. And what you may have vision for yourself is not what God may have vision for you. And by you pushing it away, I almost pushed mine away. And I thank God he didn't leave. But just because you have a vision for yourself, that doesn't mean it's for you. And you may miss out on your blessing trying to give away what God has given you.
So don't get married to the package or the vision
Mm-hmm.
of what you think the man should look like. Women,
Mm-hmm.
men too, if you're listening, don't get married to the package, the ideal of the man, the vision of the man, and love on yourself and do
Mm-hmm.
what it is that makes you happy. What was it that brought you to Tony? Not Tony to you, but what brought you to Tony? Because he came doing something that you had not seen, but
Right.
you wanted. What did you bring that made you know, okay, I'm gonna marry him? How did you know that he was the one?
Well, our circumstances were a little different. We'd be here all night if I tell you how we got married. But when we did our 10-year renewal, we did renew our vows at 10-year. And at that time we were having a lot. It wasn't perfect. We
Right,
had a
right.
patch. And when I wrote out my vows, I told him and God and all our friends and family, God sent you to me because he knew I needed you.
Yeah.
I was drowning. I was lost. I never knew what a man's love was. I never seen it. I never felt it,
Yeah.
So it was different for me. He was like a breath of fresh air. And we had our first child before we got married.
Yeah.
And the way he cared for and loved his child, that made me fall in love with him even more.
And he
And I
made you
felt
safe. So he made you feel safe or
I
secure,
was safe. I was
and you
secure.
were able to trust him.
Mm-hmm. I
Mm.
knew that he, as a young man, um, he did everything he said he was going to do. And
Wow.
he still live up to that.
Even now.
Even now.
How many years later? 27 years married.
27. I was 19 when I got married. He was 23.
Wow.
And that same young man that says he was going to take care of me and his child has been doing it ever since 1996.
What a beautiful love story that is.
Mm-hmm.
That is not everybody's story.
Right.
That should be the norm, but you do know that it's not.
It's not.
So, what would you say to young women? Because we're talking specifically to women today. What would you say to that young woman that may have a Tony and he may not look the way she thought he should look, but he has poured out his heart,
Mhm.
demonstrated love, cared for her, given her, offer her security and safety and support. Support is so big from your mate. What would you say to her if she was to say to you, he's everything but, and keeps pushing him away? Because you
Right.
said you did that.
I did.
Tried to do that.
I
He
thought it
just
was too
didn't.
nice. I thought he was
Say
too
that
nice.
again.
I thought he was too nice. I wanted a thumb. But that's not what I needed. That's
Yeah.
not what I needed. And don't get me wrong, Tony is an attractive man, but he's not what I envisioned that I wanted for myself. But he's everything that I need
Yes.
for myself. Now, I think with us, we have to look at the fullness of everything, not just the outer.
Yeah.
You have to ask the questions. Okay, do I see a relationship? Do I see a future with this man? How does this man treat me? And if I have children, how does he treat his mother? How he treat his children?
Yeah.
Is he a hard worker? How did he feel about God? All kinds of questions. You need to ask the questions. It's not about what he's driving or
Yeah.
how much money he makes, because we grew together.
That's
When I
wonderful.
met him, I didn't know how to drive. He taught me how to drive. I didn't even have my first bank account. He taught me all of that stuff. We grew up together, and not saying it was peaches and cream, because it wasn't. Because, like I said, we were children. We
Yeah.
still was trying to find our way, but we wanted more for ourselves and our children. We wanted to break the generational curse of
Yes.
having a positive relationship, a Black family that love on their children, love on each other. Our kids could never say they saw us argue. Not saying we wasn't
Right.
mad sometimes with each other, but they never saw us. We never fussed in front of our children. We never called each other out our name. We never did that. We wanted more. We wanted positivity, because we need that. And see,
That,
my husband, Tony, is a police officer, and he is a domestic violence investigator. So
okay.
my thing is, he see that outside, so he would never see that inside our home. And that
That's,
was, yeah, I didn't
but
want my
make
children
sure
to.
he didn't bring that negativity and toxicity into the home where
That is.
his family was.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. He's an awesome man, but you know what? Tony married an awesome woman.
I
So
appreciate
we all
it.
grew together and build together, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, in your own words, what makes you a sister queen?
Well, first of all, I'm very honored. I'm very honored for this. I was so surprised when I heard about it, but I just feel like in this day and time, Miss Angie, we need women to uplift each other.
Yeah.
Um, you go to events sometimes, and you see women. They say they're friends, but they side eye each other, or they ain't got their dress is not right, or they lift your sister friend up without letting everybody know what's going on.
Right.
And be kind to one another, you know. And I always say give each other grace, because you don't know what someone's going through.
That's so true.
I could have had a bad day, or I'm not feeling well, and because I didn't speak a certain way, oh, something wrong with her. Maybe something is wrong with her. And maybe if you smile or compliment her, or do something nice for her, or even just say, hey, here's $10, cash app, get you some lunch. That'll brighten someone's day.
Yeah.
Even during COVID, some of the people, we were shut down for COVID, and I reached out to some of my clients just to check on them. And it was one lady, I didn't even remember how she looked. But I know I serviced her one time and I messaged her and she was like, thank you so much for, messaging me because I was feeling pretty down today. And
So,
just to make somebody's day makes you feel good.
so you use your skills as a stylist, your beauty bar, your shop, your beauty shop as a means of encouraging and lifting women up,
A
not
connection.
just in that dollar.
Mm-hmm.
But if that doesn't make you an awesome sister queen, I don't know what does. And that's something that I would like for everybody to take away from this episode today. It's not about what you have, it's how you use what you have. And we can all be actively engaged in the process of lifting each other up. It really doesn't cost us anything to lift each other up, but it costs our entire communities to tear each other down.
You're right.
And I'm so ready for us as women to stand together, to build together, to live and love together. And I just want to thank you for what's the name of your business again?
It's Brown Girl Beauty Bar.
Brown Girl Beauty Bar, right here in Sumter, South Carolina.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you, my beautiful queen, for using Brown Girl Beauty Bar as a means to help and motivate and empower, and for sharing your story, your love story. I know you can't tell it all. None of us can
Yeah.
tell it, but thank you for sharing it because that is so important for women to know that there are good men out there. You just have to welcome them in when they come your way and not push them away because they may not be 6'5" or may not look like you just elbow or whatever your taste may be. You know, my taste has always been really tall and slim and kind of cute. My husband that tall, you know. My husband little thing, and I tell everybody he's something like 6 feet tall. You know, an awesome provider, hard worker,
Mm-hmm.
takes care of me, love me, and treat me like he's supposed to. And I wouldn't trade him for nothing in the world. And if we stop looking at the package
Mm-hmm.
and stop following just our plan, because it
Right.
sounds to me like you might have had or might not have had a plan, but you still kind of knew what you didn't want
Mm-hmm.
because you were very young at the time. But still, as y'all grew together, even after having your first child, before getting married, and then learning about each other, you saw what it was that you needed,
Yeah.
that you, and then he became maybe not the picture of what you thought as a young girl, but he became everything that you could ever imagine.
You're right.
Still, like the song, still, he's still the man of my dreams.
That's
You
right.
So I thank you for that. And from all of us, tell Tony thank you. Because hearing your story will tell other men that listen to this broadcast how to be the head of their family, how
That
to
is,
lead, how to support, how to give their all to their wife and children, how to leave everything else out there and bring just the good and safety home. And I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you and Tony. And thank your family for sharing with us just a little piece of what y'all have over there in your what you call it. I don't want to say kingdom, your empire.
all
I call
right.
it empire. Yeah, your
Brown
empire
Empire.
is definitely that American dream. So
Oh.
thank you for sharing that with us. Tell us how we can, our listeners, how they can contact you for your services or even just to talk, how to get an
Okay.
appointment at Brown Girl and all
All right.
that, how to reach
All
you, all of
right.
your methods.
All right. Well, I have a salon in Sumter, and we're located at 741 Boatman Drive, Suite 25 in Sumter, 29150. I am a natural hair care hairstylist, artist, however you want to say it. And I also have two other co-workers, stylists in the salon. And
Okay.
we service everything from frontals, wigs, short, natural hair. The only thing we don't do is braids. We're located on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook at Brown Girl Beauty Bar. Instagram, Brown Girl Beauty Bar. And if you want to book with me, you book at browngirlbeautybar.com. And it has a list of all the services I provide. And if I don't provide it, one of my coworkers can.
All
So,
right.
yes, ma'am.
So hit up Brown Girl Beauty Bar, Miss Lequndal Brown, and thank you for being with us today. And go to browngirlbeautybar.com, correct?
That is correct.
The browngirlbeautybar.com. Go ahead and book your appointment. Tell her you heard about her right here on the #1 empowerment station in the land, Empowerment Podcast Network. And she'll do you good. She'll hook you up. She'll make you beautiful. I might have to go in there and check you, come in there and check y'all out. You know, y'all do eyelashes?
No, we don't. Just hair service.
Okay, just hair services.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all right. We're going to tell everybody about you, continue to tell everybody about you. And we want you all to look her up and listen to this broadcast, tell others about this broadcast. And I want you to tell everybody about this broadcast, Laquanda, because you are now on the #1 empowerment platform in the land and on our YouTube channel. So awesome. We are looking forward to connecting with you more in the future, definitely for some of our upcoming events. So we just thank God for you for being here with us. Thank you for sharing your journey with us and your story with us. And we're looking forward to what's coming next, whatever that is. Hey, y'all, might be a book. I don't know. Whatever is coming next, when you're ready to write that book, holler at your girl. Get that book written so we can get it published and get it out there. But thank you for being with us today. And we're looking forward to continuing to connect with you even more. So today we end. You are welcome. Thanks for being here, saying yes, and for being our beautiful sister queen of the month for the month of March. Congratulations, and thank you for being a part of We Are One today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.